Imagine doing a podcast with your missus, with your partner. Usually, these are podcasts with a client, but right now, I'm going in the deep end. This is Tracy Holmes. This is my wonderful lady, my very talented, awesome and beautiful partner, life lady, life woman. And we've decided to do a podcast together with the rules of 10 questions each, but we don't know what we're going to ask each other. So this could go either way, couldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This could go either way. I'll tell you what, you ask the first question and I'll answer it.
All right. So, Luke, when you look back at the man you were when we first met, which was nearly 11 years ago, what's the biggest way you think you've changed, and what do you think caused that change?
The last 11 years, mentality. Mentality more than anything. The way that I think about probably longer term, like the future. I think about the future a lot. I think about being healthy so we can enjoy ourselves, so I can be a positive role model to others, so I can be doing things in my later years. I never really thought about that at 30, but now, as of the time of recording this, in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, I'll be 40, level 40. So I reckon, for me, it's having the ability to think longer term and make decisions in line with that way better. There's obviously a lot of other ways. What do you think?
I think...
Answer to that question about me.
About you?
Aye.
I guess when we first met, you were a totally different person. But it was more about, we're just going to have fun. It's more about just having fun and enjoying yourself and not really having any plans for the future. So it's totally turned around, because now everything's a plan for the future. So you weren't really committed to us, but neither was I, because it was like all fun at first, but you weren't really committed to your longer self, neither.
I agree. Here's a question, general relationship question. Do you think that great sex is something that just happens because of people's chemistry, or is it something that you have to work on and pay attention to like you would business or health, for example?
I think that you've got to work at it. You've got to put effort into the plan for sex, actually having sex. Like, we have great sex, but...
Oh, yeah, we do.
But we wouldn't have great sex if it wasn't for the life that we lead.
Yes.
Because we're both full of energy, we both want each other, we're both...
But not only that, we're both healthy and fit.
Yes, so we both desire each other's body because we know how much we look after each other.
Yes. But we also have the good hormones and chemicals that should be produced when you live healthily. Like, if you drink too much, smoke too much, eat too much, focus on a lot of negative impact on your life, you get hormones that don't ramp up that way and don't produce properly.
And all of our sex is sober sex. We've never, ever in 11 years had drunk sex.
Have. Tough Mudder.
We did once.
And it was terrible. And I woke up and thought that was shit. I'm never doing that again. You were shit in bed last night.
No, it was him, not me.
It was terrible? It was terrible.
Well, we both felt rotten, didn't we? So it was totally different, but yeah.
Well, that's like, over the years, obviously, in my younger years, a lot of drunk sex and all that. But the transition is astronomical, because obviously it's nearly 7 years for me now without a drink, and it's a long time for you as well. But the one thing that I definitely have noticed from the last 11 years is that the ability to know what it's like sober. I always used to think the opposite, like it was better when you've had a drink and that people let go and all that, and there's still people who unfortunately can't have that sober sex, whether it be for the confidence issue or whatever. But alcohol kills your nerve endings, as we know. So the orgasm's not as powerful. The overall feeling, the journey and the process is less enjoyable. You feel like you have to be more aggressive with it, which is not always the case. It's just more intimate without, isn't it?
Definitely more intimate. And like, even like all this time, we obviously have regular sex, but it's like, I don't know how many times you go, that's the best best sex yet. And I'm like, you said that last week. You said that
Oh yeah,
a couple
I'm
of days
all
ago.
about
Like,
leveling up, man.
but it's amazing, isn't it? It's like that sex is still so good, but it's because we're so, what's the word I'm looking for? We're so deeply intimate because of how we look after ourselves and our relationship.
I think as well, it's good to have a mentality of considering things can get better. And
Oh yeah,
you don't
definitely.
be so stuck in your ways and always like it has to be this way or that way or it's always been this way. It's like, well, what's new? Variety is the spice of life, as they say.
Yes.
So here's another question for you. Where's the line between healthy independence in a relationship and slowly drifting apart?
Ooh. I think that being healthily independent in a relationship is absolutely essential, because I need to do what I need to do for my body and for me physical and mental health. And you need to do what you need to do for you. And they're very different, because you're a man, I'm a woman. And if we didn't do our own independent things, it would just be boring. It wouldn't be expanding, and it wouldn't make you who you are and me who I am.
I think if you rely too much on each other, you'll grow apart.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you rely too much, it's like...
Well, you can't... what's that saying? Oh God, I can't remember now. I can't expand with you right beside us all of the time.
Yes.
I'll never move anywhere. I'll just get in a comfort.
It's like, these people who need to be texting each other 40 times a day. These people who need to be joined at the hip, marrying their best friend. I don't fuck my best friend. Don't know about you. I don't fuck my best friend. I've got a few best friends. I don't fuck them. You shouldn't fuck your best friend. You should fuck your partner. You should have sex with your woman or your man.
You can make love as well, your partner.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Like
we're not best friends. We're intimate partners.
Yeah.
We're lovers.
And we spend a lot of time together, but we
Yeah.
equally do spend a lot of time not together, because we have our own things,
so
don't
we do almost identical service-based business. However, she does it for 100% women. I do it mixed, but mostly men. So, but we don't work together as such. Like, we have separate entities, but we have a joint life and joint experiences. But I think I've got my hobbies. You've got, your independence and things. But I think I've grown to know as well with relationships, and especially with us, is like, I can't stand it when I see insecure men and women who are trying to do everything to control, manipulate, whatever it may be for their other partner. Because they're so insecure. Now, I get it. Or sometimes that's upbringing. Sometimes that's society. Sometimes it's they've been scalded so many times they haven't recovered, and that they've got wounds and scars from previous relationships. But I think in my head, I want you to be so fiercely independent that you can thrive on your own. But we grow better together.
Yeah.
But you can be not having to rely on me for everything. Like, understanding that you'll have to rely on me for certain things to step up, just like I would have to rely on you to step up in the relationship and vice versa, but not to overly rely on each other. So it's like this clingy, needy, like, that's just so not sexy.
If you become that couple, you become in a comfort blanket and you wouldn't go anywhere and do anything. Like, you wouldn't have the courage.
Yeah.
Like, I look at you for to give us, like, I've got the courage to do anything now, and I have the courage, but the encouragement is different. So, like, if I said I want to jump out of a parachute tomorrow, you'd be like, yes, you can do it, go and do it. Like, even if you want to do it on your own, I don't care, go and do it. And that is massively important that I get to do what I want to do. And even if it's crazy, like, you'll be behind us. Like, when I did my bodybuilding, I was like, I wonder if I can do that. I think I'd like to do that. And you were like, go and do it. If you want to do it. I'll be right behind you all the way. Even though we said I can't do another one. But never mind.
Yeah, I think we both realised that was quite a lot. Go on then. Yeah. What next question? What's the next question?
So what does strength actually mean to you now? And
Yeah.
how is that different from what you thought strength was 10 or 15 years ago?
Okay, so strength 10 years ago was ego-based, I think. How much you can lift, how much you can put up with, how strong you are physically. Until I got into really deep into mindset, and I started to notice strength is physical, no doubt about it. If you're physically weak, you're mentally taxed. I think that's a big thing. I think you have to be physically strong, but that's not to say you have to be stronger than them.
Yeah.
That was the mentality.
Yeah.
Physically strong just means, and we know this, like if you can only do 20 push-ups and then next week you come in and do 21, you're stronger. If you can lift a 10 kilo kettlebell and you come in and then lift a 12, you're stronger. If you can squat 60 kilogram, then you can squat 65 kilogram, you're stronger. If you can do 100 kilo bench press with 10 reps and then you do 11, you're stronger. There's variables to the physical aspect. It just means better. But strength is having the ability to not stop. I think you need fitness to keep going, which we understand. But I think you need strength to not stop. Fitness is the endurance. The strength is the willingness to say, I'm not quitting yet.
Yeah.
Or be willing as well to understand when you're stronger, you can still take time off, but you just hit pause. You don't hit stop like everyone does in December and starts again in January. Just like, I'm pausing for a few days. That's cool. I'm having some time off. Right, let's go again. Pause, play like a tape player. I look at it like that.
Yeah. I also think it can be about not the comparison as well, not comparing yourself to other people. Because my strength is different to another woman who's my age.
Yeah.
Someone's always going to be stronger than me. And it doesn't mean that I'm failing if someone's stronger than me. It means that I'm doing the best that I can with what I've got. Yeah. And I should be proud of that. But a lot of people get hooked on what they see on social media and other people looking better or looking stronger or showing themselves as stronger. But it's not always about that.
But it's having the strength of mind to understand as well, comparison doesn't have to be the thief of joy. It can be the seed of opportunity, because you can look at another woman in better shape than you and go, at the same age as you or even older, and go, I wonder how she did it. That's inspiring.
Absolutely.
I would love to find out more. Or you could go, it's easier for her.
Yeah,
bitch.
exactly.
Bitch, she doesn't have the things that I've got. Stupid skinny bitch. Fuck her. Like that's what most people will do, rather than say, oh, wow, that is not inspiring her age. But most people go, yeah, but different for her, different for me. Me, whoa, me. It's been harder for me. They won't actually say, well, how sure
they don't want to see the hard work that goes into getting you to that point, or they just want to see themselves with the end result and the con. So that's when they don't.
That's why we're seeing an uprise of people taking the easy route, as we know. So, next question: what frustrates you most about people these days?
I thought you were going to say about you.
Well, we could go there if you want. Like
that's what I thought you were going to say. The thing that frustrates me about people mostly these days is the fakeness. The fakeness about people on social media. An example I showed, look a picture this morning of someone. I was like, she does not look like that. We know this person really well, and she does not look like her social media picture.
Yeah.
And
catfishing is rife.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, I think that's my biggest thing at the minute. And it's not because, it doesn't matter to me what people share on social media, but what matters to us most is because I help women, and women think they need to look like what they're seeing on social media, and they don't, because it's not real. And I like real women, and I coach real women.
Yeah.
And you're never going to see me showing filtered pictures of myself looking totally different. What you see with me is what is true and what you get. So I coach women to live like that, to live real women. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, definitely.
I think there's a massive calling and what's the word I'm looking for? Like a massive unexpressed desire for real shit online now. Like, because 60% apparently, according to stats, is AI. Then all the other shit is filtered.
Yeah.
People don't know what to believe. People don't know if that's a real person. People don't know if that's the truth. Like, they're crying out for realness, which I think is what we do very well, is presenting that real image and comparing it. Now, I get why people want to be admired. I understand that. But we're living, I think, in a very insecure world where everyone needs to be over-analysed and over-admired. Like, obviously, you can get famous from one one picture of your arse or one picture of you in a dress on a night out, and people get hooked on that likeness. And I think that reverts back to your question before about strength. Having the strength to understand this isn't real. Social media is not
also
real.
the strength as well, when you see someone in that filtered and they look totally different to what they do in real life, and then don't comment. Like, people comment and go, oh my God, you look amazing. And they know you don't look like that. Like, why are people commenting and making that person feel good about themselves on social media? They mustn't feel good inside if they're sharing something that's not real.
Absolutely.
So it's not helping them when you're going, oh yeah, you look lovely. Oh, you look beautiful. You look stunning. Or, oh, you can see you've done all this hard work when you've just been using injections for the last 10 months or whatever. Like, that is one of the things for me. So it's about being real. I hate when people are fake and they're not real. And I'm a real person, and I'll always be a real person, whether I'm online or in person, face to face. And that's the way I coach my women to be.
Next question.
So you coach mostly men. What's something you've noticed that men don't talk about enough but probably should?
So obviously the go-to answer is mental health. However, I do feel that they're talking about it more. But I do also feel that some of them are becoming victims of it.
Yes.
I think that, woe is me, my anxiety, my depression, you don't understand. I'm so low, and they're focusing and expressing it too much that it's becoming who they are. But on the opposite side of that, a lot of men suffer quiet desperation. So they want to do something. They want to become a stronger, more physical, more capable, confident man with better skills, better mindset. But they're terrified of being rejected by their mates, by their peers, by their family. They're terrified that, 7 years I quit the drink. They're terrified of being called boring, that they've changed. They're terrified of thinking that life can't go on without alcohol, for example, or in the current way it is, because new level, new devil. Like, when you want to level up your life, there's a new devil in your mind to overcome. There's demons to be slayed up here. And women have their circles. Women tend to natter more and chat openly about emotions. Men tend to suppress it. That's why we like to live in caves, and we're very solitude creatures at times. But too much solitude, as we both know, and we know people who've spent too much time alone and in the house, and not working, maybe on the sick, that marinates into something disastrous. But I feel like it's very difficult. It's easier for men to talk, but it's harder for men to act now, I think, because they feel daft, they feel stupid, they feel not supported, they feel like nobody gets them, but in reality they do. So I think there's two ways to look at that. It's definitely the mental health, but at the same time, that if you overly express how you're feeling with your mental health, you end up becoming a victim to it.
Yeah.
If you can say, look, I'm really struggling with anxiety, I've got some depression issues and stuff, but I want to get it sorted. And if you look into it, then you'll see, right, there's books you can read, there's places you can go, there's people you can visit, there's exercise you can do, there's healthy diet changes, which will make a massive difference. You don't need to just go to the doctor and complain about it on fucking Facebook, like most people do, because it makes them get attention. That's not the fucking solution. Pills are often not the solution. I'm not saying they're not. They help. There definitely is a need for them in some cases. But the most underutilized antidepressant, as we both know for men and women, is exercise, and it's not getting utilized properly.
I think, obviously I train with the men and I'm coached by you, and I think it's incredible that once the men get in the room amongst other men and they realise they all have the same thoughts, and, the being in the room with other people makes you stronger, because everyone goes through the same emotions. They might be in different ways, or people might have different problems, but they all go through the same emotions one way or another. And once they're in that room and they realise that, it's incredible, the progress they can make.
Yeah. What do you do to not let the opinions of others distract or derail you?
I focus on myself.
Okay.
So,
in what way?
I look after myself. I put myself first.
Okay, so but elaborate for people listening on what that looks like exactly day to day.
So for me, I have to, every single day, no matter what happens, I have to get my training in. Whether that be training in the gym, whether it be going for a walk, or whether it be, if I haven't got time, whether it be doing something quick, whatever it is, I've got to have some movement in my life.
Yeah.
if I don't have movement in my life, then I don't feel like I can function properly in my brain, in my head. So for me, it's the movement. It's the making sure that I eat at regular times. I eat every day. Well, we eat every day, 3 times a day, eating at regular times. That means not skipping my dinner, so I'm starving and stuffing my face in the afternoon with some crap that I can get my hands on. And also prioritising my sleep, my water, like all of the things that I do and I coach me women to do, or the ladies to do, I have to do all them things myself. Because that's how I know it works. And also, that's how I know that I can be a better person for all of the people around us who I care about.
Yeah. And regardless of whether you're a man or woman watching this, it's exactly the fucking
Exactly
same.
the same.
You look after you, everyone benefits, right? So what you've said is really simple stuff that people don't realise can change. Like if you just get your step count up, if you have regular meal times, get a regular bedtime routine and move every day, it will change your life.
Massively.
It will undeniably change your life. But the reason why do you think is the reason why people don't take this advice and don't apply that on the regular? Because anyone can do for a few days or a few weeks. Why do you think people don't do it regularly?
Because they just make excuses. There's no excuse. You can spend an hour on yourself a day. There's no excuse. You can pick up healthy things from a supermarket if you try.
Yeah.
You don't have to always be cooking complex meals with massive recipes with 20 ingredients. That isn't what clean and healthy eating's about.
A tin of tuna with a bag of Uncle Ben's rice.
Yeah.
And like add some mayonnaise.
A chicken breast, what's cooked at the shop. Like
put some salt and pepper on it.
Anything.
Like
you can
lunch.
make anything out of anything.
3 hard-boiled eggs for breakfast.
Yeah.
You know,
Simple.
Greek yogurt with some fruit.
So it's not overcomplicating it, and it's just moving your body.
But you know what people say? Don't have time. But then you know what the answer is to that? Shows your screen time.
Yeah.
Shows your screen time on your app, on your phone, and I guarantee it's about 40 or 50 hours every
Don't have time
week.
to go for a walk, but when you've looked at your phone, you've scrolled for 45 minutes while you were waiting for the tea cooking.
Absolutely.
Or 45 minutes while you were waiting for your husband getting in from work or whatever. You could have been on a walk. Simple. So, yeah.
Here's a question.
It's my question.
All right, go on then. I don't know where we're at.
People say the discipline, the routine and the coaching, but what's something you still quietly struggle with that most people won't expect you to say?
I would say probably the distraction. I get very easily distracted. Very easily distracted. Sometimes I can be scrolling for 40 minutes and think, fuck, I've lost that.
Yeah.
Or I can be into something and being onto something else. I've got a very distraction-ridden brain, but I've also got a highly driven and focused brain if it's what I really value, because that's how your brain works.
Yeah.
No matter what you're diagnosed with or anything like that, you can always have the ability to focus on what's really, truly important to you. But sometimes I go from one thing to another. I massively struggle with distraction. Routine in terms of healthy habits have become, I think, second nature to me now just because of the repetition. It's my identity, it's my character. I don't find them particularly hard. People say you're very disciplined. I'm not really that disciplined. I'm doing what I value the most and what I actually enjoy doing. Like for me and you to go to the gym, some days it's hard, admittedly, but most days it's like, actually this is okay because we do it. It's just who we are. It's what character. People find it hard because it's not their character yet. So this is why we have to build habits. That's like I get very easily distracted, but I'm also aware that I can be very focused at the same time on what I value the highest. Sometimes I'm mostly distracted if it's something I don't really want to do or I'm finding hard. I struggle with focus, but I'm also very, very good at it if it's to do with what I value. Yeah. So the difference is, and I think the lesson is here, stop spending so much time on something you fucking hate. So people, if someone hates the gym, and I mean hates it with a passion, stop fucking going to the gym.
Do something else.
Find walking, martial arts, rock climbing, sport. Go to a different gym that does a different service. Like if you fucking hate lifting weights, go boxing. If you fucking hate boxing, go and lift weights. If you hate any kind of weightlifting, why don't you try calisthenics with your body weight? Or why don't you try fell running? Or why don't you try swimming, dancing? Just do something with your body that you at least enjoy 80% of. Yeah. Like, it's mad. Obviously, there's times that during the day we have a lot of office work. This is the stuff people don't see.
Yeah, people think that we're just coach.
No, we don't. We spend a lot of time in the office. There's a lot of back work going on. A lot of that stuff I don't enjoy. Same for you. Yeah. And it's easy to get distracted.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a struggle, but you persevere anyway because you know there's a greater good of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that the majority of what you want to do is what you want to do,
Yeah.
not what you have to do, you
Yeah.
should do, you probably ought to do. Like, I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you know you've changed. When you get to the hard stuff like eating well, getting to bed on time, drinking your water, training the gym, you're like, well, I want to do it. It's still hard,
Yeah.
but I want to do it. Mm-hmm. That's different.
But people think that because we are both coaches and we come to the gym and we've got our own gym, that it's much easier for us, but it isn't.
It's still hard.
You've still got to, yeah, we've got to come to the gym and like, I've got to do the training session and yeah, I might be fit and I might be strong, but some days I struggle. Like some days I literally don't want to get out of that bed and come, but I get up and I do it because I'm disciplined to do it and I know what the results are going to make us feel like.
And I think we've also understood about this whole thing is that the hardest part is starting.
Absolutely.
Once we get started, we're into it. And that's most people as well. We've overcome the hardest hurdle by understanding how I just get started and we'll get going. We know we'll love it when we start anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there might be days where I'm lifting 10 kilogram less than what I did the day before, a couple of days before, but I'm all right with that. People have to understand that you're not going to be as strong as all of the time.
Yeah. What's one unpopular belief you hold about health and fitness that makes people uncomfortable?
An unpopular belief that I hold that make people feel uncomfortable. I'm not sure how to answer this, but I think if I'm understanding the question right, I believe that it's simple to get in a good health space in your life if you do the work and you stop lying to yourself. And I'm always saying this to women, when they lie to themselves or they're lying to me, when they're lying to me, they're lying to themselves. Things like when they say, I haven't lost any weight this week and their goal is to lose weight, but I've stuck to my calories and I've never ate any treats and it's impossible. I don't know how I've done it, because if you are overweight, then you're overeating. It's simple.
Yeah.
So it's people not being honest with themselves.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It totally does, because that's the universal truth of why people don't get ahead. Because they're not willing to be fully truthful. And sometimes it can just be actual mistake. You've made a mistake and not realised, oh yeah, I ate that meal, I ate that thing, I drank that calorie drink, I didn't track that. They actually sometimes in their mind delusionally think, I've tracked everything and it just hasn't worked. No, you've missed something. And you just haven't done a good job. And sometimes that ego plays, well, I've been tracking everything, I've been doing really well, I've went to the gym every day, and but you just haven't done it right.
I mean, an example of this is I've got a client who's been training with us for a good few months now, and she said she'd lost about half a stone when she first started, and then she wasn't losing anything else, and I sat with her and I went through her diet, and she said, Tracy, I eat everything healthy, I literally do. And I went through her diet and I literally said, take that out, put that in, change that. And there was like 3 little tiny little bits. And every week since then, she's lost weight and just done absolutely incredible. It was literally like, I think it was it might have been potatoes with, oh no, it wasn't. It was replace the pasta with baked potato.
Right.
So I got her to do that. Instead of having a carb-heavy breakfast, like she was having porridge and stuff for breakfast, it was have eggs.
Yeah.
Literally have eggs and toast instead.
More protein, more portion control.
And it was, instead of waiting until she's got a sweet craving and having some chocolate or having that little bit of snack later, even though she was counting it, to just plan to have your snack in. So know what you're going to have for your snack. Now she has fruit and yogurt and she has meringue and she loves it. We have that. It's great.
3 P's. Preparation, portion control and protein. There you go.
But it's worked incredible for her, and she's like, I literally haven't really done anything different, and she can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's just a tiny few little tweaks.
Life changes in degrees.
Absolutely.
Not angles. Small, subtle shifts for big changes.
Massive.
This is what people try and do in January.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact this is getting released the first week of January, so they're thinking about big changes when actually if they change 1 or 2 or 3 little things
just tiny
every
little
day,
things,
it would change everything.
I always say to the ladies, turn up to the gym, forget about your diet.
Yeah.
Once you've cracked that, then we'll look at your diet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, none of this. I'm not going to eat anything. I'm going to live off salads. I'm not going to drink. I'm going to train every day. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's absolutely ridiculous. You're going to feel straight away. Far too much.
Unless you've had a lot of experience with it, that kind of mentality is a surefire failure.
Absolutely.
Surefire failure.
My question. When life gets heavy with stress and pressure and responsibility, what actually keeps you grounded?
Few things. I would agree with the regular movement because that puts me present. It gets my state changed. It changes my brain chemistry. It gets me relaxed, even though it's a stress at the beginning. It's an ultimate relaxation at the end, as anybody who trains understands that. You never want to do it at the start, but once you've finished, you never regret the workout that you did. I would say journaling as well is a massive point for me. As you know, I journal every day and every night, or at least 5 to 6 days a week, minimum, usually, sometimes 7. That helps me stay focused on what's important, priorities. It questions steer your mind, and I like my mind to steer what I want to focus on and how I want to feel, not
and it's
necessarily
clarity on what you're grateful for at the end of each day, isn't it? If everything's all too much.
Yeah, so I think this is where a lot of people, because our brain's set negatively anyway, it's set to keep us safe and protect us and make sure we don't die. It's not designed to make us thrive or be happy or successful.
Yeah.
But you can reprogram it to feel the emotions of happy, successful, and prideful and grateful, which is what I do every day. And that,
definitely,
as you know, I write down 5 wins of the day every day. And I find them something as simple as watching a movie on the sofa with you or going for a walk together. Like, I will treat that as a win every time we do it.
Just simple, isn't it? Like,
it's very simple.
Yeah.
It's very simple. So here's a question for you in that kind of same vein. If you couldn't talk about achievements, money, looks, or status, what would a successful life mean to you?
If I couldn't talk about all them things, I would think probably a successful life for me is... Did you say money? I can't talk about money.
If you couldn't talk about achievements, money, looks, or status, what would a successful life actually mean to you?
Having me health, or a million times over.
Yeah.
Because if you've got your health, you've got everything. You can't achieve anything else in life if you haven't got your health.
I don't know why health isn't a status.
I know.
It's mad, isn't it? Why don't we say, you know what, I'm healthy as fuck. That's fucking amazing. Look how fucking successful she is. Like, I think one of the best compliments you can receive is, you look really healthy.
Yeah, definitely.
People don't say that enough. Well, that's because we're in a fucking health epidemic and most people don't look healthy. But, like, that should be the new status. You know, when people say, oh, you look amazing with your new makeup or your hair or your shirt or your hairstyle, it should be, you look amazing with that. You wear health really well. You like healthy should be the new status symbol.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's a hard sell because it's not easy. You can't take an injection and get healthy.
Yeah.
You can't take one pill in the morning and get healthy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little blocks to get there. But I agree. Health is the foundation.
Yeah, health has got to be lived every day.
It's like that.
All the things for your health has got to be done every day.
Do you remember that visual of the iceberg where it says what people see, and then it's got that small, beautiful bit at the top, then the massive bit underwater, and it's got all the hard stuff and everything else? That's that bit under the water, you could say, is your health.
Yeah, definitely.
Nobody sees it and nobody wants to pay attention to it. That bit on the top's just what everyone else sees. Yeah. But that's what all the people want. But the bit at the bottom is like your foundation. The thing that you need to spend your most actual time and effort on.
It's like most people spend most of that time, money and effort on the aesthetic. So they'll spend money on whatever aesthetic treatments they get done to their face, their makeup, their hair, all that stuff.
And guys will buy clothes, guys will buy perfume, they'll buy earrings, they'll get hairstyles.
But you can't see what's going on inside your body until it goes wrong and it's too late.
It's what you put in, not what's outside. What you put in will develop the outside though as well. It will accentuate the outside. It's how people have good skin. It's how they age well. It's how they smile better. It's how their eyes beam more. It's how they accept and wear confidence, basically. It's
definitely.
like confidence can't just be worn. It has to be built. Confidence cannot be worn. It has to be built.
You can look amazing on the outside, outside and inside your body can be
And there's
dying.
loads of people like that.
Loads,
and they live
absolutely.
their lives like this because they're so. We talked about this earlier. They're hooked on admiration. They're hooked on fakeness and likes. I've got no problem with people dressing nice and doing their hair and makeup and,
Well, I like to get dressed nice.
take
and
pride
that.
in your appearance. But if you're still stuffing your face with shite and drinking all night and sniffing drugs or whatever, no amount of external shit is going to make that difference.
It's not going to make you healthy on the inside. Never.
No.
In a million years. My question? What's one moment in our relationship that you think shaped us more than we realised at the time?
A couple of things that stand out, obviously, I think being able to support you with the death of your brother
Yeah, massively.
was big. Because that was a foundational, like, life event that was very unexpected.
Absolutely, yeah.
He wasn't ill or expected. It was like just passed away suddenly, and it was a big shock to the family. Being able to help and support you through that, being able to see you grow from that as well, and be able to tell your story. That's cool. That's like it's given me more pride and admiration for how you've overcome that as well.
Yeah.
That's probably the most shocking, oh my God, event that's happened in the entirety. I think I've also seen you transition from a full-time nurse to starting your own business to helping that thrive and still go and help women around your age, similar problems, issues, to help all them get through, be a leader, a role model, a beacon. That's very inspiring rather than just seeing someone settle for what they weren't happy with.
Yeah, definitely.
I think seeing you more attractive and sexy now than what you were when I met you, that usually goes the other way. Most people just get in a relationship, let themselves go.
Yeah.
They don't care, and then the sex dries up, then the relationship dries up, and people go elsewhere, and they get bored and all the rest. Like, you have to understand that when you work on yourself, which it's obviously we'll work together on this, but I think that's the missing piece that people don't realise is you don't just work together and on a relationship. You work in a relationship on yourself.
Yeah.
That's where people go wrong. It's we'll just work on the relationship. We'll just book holidays together and we'll spend every moment with each other.
Yeah.
No. You'll do that stuff, but you'll spend time on yourself. Because the problem comes, I think, and we've seen this. We've seen relationships break up, which is terrible. But I understand when one person, let's say we're in a relationship together, none of us goes to the gym really, or the odd time, and then you start going to the gym, and I'm not, and I'm drinking in the house, and you're losing weight, getting fit, getting more attention off men, and I'm like, what are you doing that for? You shouldn't be doing that. It's stupid. You shouldn't be wearing that. You're spending how much at the gym? It's fucking waste of money. Fucking waste of money. Stupid. No, you can't go out looking like that. What are you doing now? Like, or likewise, you saying to me, what you spend that money for? That money could have went on something else. Could have went on a holiday. You shouldn't be spending that on yourself when I'm looking after myself. Then it causes conflict. Then it's either because me or you is raising our standards. Because let's be honest, when you go to the gym, you're looking after yourself, you're getting in a healthy routine, you're looking better, you're feeling better, you're raising your standards. If the other person does not raise theirs, you will either keep yours high and you'll leave them. Yeah. Because it's unlikely that they'll leave you. Yeah. Or you lower them back down and you feel resentful. Yeah. And then it causes friction anyway. Yeah. So you have to raise together or you die together. Basically, you stay comfortable. Yeah. So I guess the only answer is, like, I don't know what we started on this, but I don't, but it's the same subject.
What do you think shape were?
Yes. So I think as well what continues to shape us is the understanding that we want to progress and grow. Individually and together in some way. New experiences, new levels, new challenges even. Yeah. You know, I can't expect the relationship to just be perfect and without its disruptions. I'm not naive enough to think that. I'm not naive enough to think we both might not get on each other's nerves at some point or, you know, have problems, because that's relationships. You work it out, right? Yeah. But if you've both got the mentality of how can we grow? Yeah. How can I grow as a person? How can you grow? How can we grow? Not just they should do this. Yeah. And point the finger and why doesn't she do that? Right? Why doesn't he just, like, we're not mind readers. Obviously, you could say, why don't you load the dishwasher? And I'll go, well, I just don't do that.
And you just go, I wouldn't know how to.
But likewise, I can say, well, why doesn't she just fucking book and plan this then? And you'd be like, well, that's your job. And I'm like, well, yes, it is. You could do that. You could bicker about whose
because you
role is
both
what.
have different strengths, don't you?
Yes, and you have different roles.
Uh-huh.
But if you have the mentality of let's grow, then that's very different, and that solves a lot of problems. And I feel that has definitely changed over the time, because I think before we met, you wanted that. You, obviously, because you didn't have that, and I was getting into that at the time, so it kind of like we came together. Like, I wasn't like that in the past, growth minded, particularly before the age of, say, 26, 28. Before that, I was just get pissed and fucked up on a weekend and live 3 days in hangover mode. That was just survive. That was my life for 10 years.
I was past that.
Yeah, you were. Yeah. So kind of paths met at, I guess you could say, the right time, maybe.
Yeah. I think because of what I had been through before I met you, so I was already on that right kind of road to what I wanted, and I knew what I wanted about me. I'm not talking about relationship here. I'm talking about I knew what I wanted in me.
Yeah.
So I was already shaping myself that way when I met you. Yeah, I think we've gone right off the question now.
Next question.
It's your question.
I'm out of questions now.
Are you?
However,
have you asked 10 questions?
I think I've asked 8, but I don't
Oh,
know.
well, I've
2
got
questions
10.
that are a bit crap. But I would say if you could get one thing on a billboard or tattooed on you that had to be there permanently for the next 100 years, and it could be any sentence, any phrase, any topic, whatever, like as a reminder, an example, not a warning, or what would be your message or phrase that you would leave?
Oh my God, that's a really hard question, that. Like, there's a couple of things running through my head, yeah. One of them is health is wealth, obviously. And one of them I've got tattooed on my wrist. Anything is possible. I don't know what else. I don't know what. It's a really hard question, that. What would you say?
I think attitude is everything. Like, I've got a tattoo on my wrist. I think attitude is everything is a brilliant way to look at it. But
I think anyway, anything is possible for me, because I do believe anything's possible. Like, I do believe, like, I mean positive things. Like, obviously I'm not being doom and gloom here. I'm meaning anything's possible, as in, you know what? Like, we're doing Everest next year. You can do it if you try. And you know what? If you fail, it doesn't matter. You've learned from it. Do it anyway. Like, do it. Go and try anything you want to try. Go and try it.
I think probably the biggest impact for me the last 10 years has been movement as medicine.
Oh, definitely.
I think it solves so many problems. Not all life's problems, but my God, it makes a difference.
Oh, definitely.
And it makes a difference to your daily life, your yearly life, your intimate life, your children's lives, every bit of your life. Movement is medicine. When you move, you feel better. You are better. And if you sit on your arse and you choose to actively laze around and lie around, you become a worse person. There's no fucking doubt about it.
Even at Christmas, we've ate all the food, but we've walked, so it does help. Like, it massively helps. And like, literally, movement was our medicine on Christmas. Like, because if we didn't move, I would have felt rotten. Absolutely rotten. I've still got some more questions.
Go for it.
What's something about me that you don't think I give myself enough credit for?
Well, I think that it's probably your body. You are aware that you have a good body, but you don't give it as much appreciation as it deserves. And by appreciation, I don't mean you treat it badly. But your perception of it is that it's not as good as it actually is. Your perception is, I'm geet fat certain days, which is outrageous because you're not. You might be carrying a few extra pounds than what you were 4 weeks ago or whatever. Like, the fluctuation of half a stone is normal in life. You're going to have bloated periods. You're going to have periods where you're supposed to be on your period, for example. You're going to have periods where you feel lean after a lot of exercise or a bit of fasting or whatever. But I think you're too harsh on the way you look. But that's understandable given your age,
Yeah.
how you are brought up as a woman,
Yeah.
women and weight and all that. There's a lot more harshly judging their bodies than what the males are, for example. That's a feminine thing. I get it from childhood and teenage years and stuff. But also you've been in the bodybuilding scene, which is highly scrutinizing of the physical figure.
Yeah.
And that does,
Really bad.
unfortunately, for the year that you did it, it plants some seeds because you looked so great on your competition day, then you're probably never going to look like that again.
Yeah.
It can mess with your head and your emotions slightly. You're pretty good at handling it, but you have your moments. But I feel like you actually could be giving yourself more credit
Yeah, I agree.
for the way that you look.
I agree, and
what
I
you
think
do.
a lot of women are the same.
Absolutely.
I look in the
Especially
mirror
women
one
who
day.
train regularly.
Yeah, look in the mirror one day and I'm like, oh, I love my body. I actually say it out loud. I love my body the way it looks today. Then a couple of days later, I'm like, I really don't love my body today. So yeah, I get that.
And I'm like, am I living with a paranoid schizophrenic? Am I living with a split personality?
living with
Is she going to go and get me get a knife tomorrow and get really rowdy in the next argument?
Here's a question. If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of honest advice, not motivational, just real, what would it be?
You know what? I'd probably say, I always go back to this as well because obviously I made a lot of mistakes and stuff, but I had a great time with a lot of my youth as well. I would probably actually say make smarter choices with your money.
Yeah.
I would say probably invest 10% of what you've got. I would say put it, not just savings, put it in some kind of investment.
Yeah.
Just learn about money more because it's one of the driving factors in lubricating your life.
Yeah.
It'll help your future. It'll help your relationships. It's not everything, but it makes a difference. And a lot of marriages and relationships fail because of financial strain.
Yeah.
Because people are not learning about money. They're not understanding how to use it well. They're not understanding that, getting into debt is not great unless it was for something that was going to produce more in the long run. Being materialistic is fine, but you shouldn't live beyond your means. If you have terrible money values growing up, your parents were bad, your grandparents were in debt, you need to sort that shit out. So I was never in massive debt or anything, but I wasted me money on drink and drugs and material things, like a 20-odd-year-old would. However, even if I just put 10% of that away, I would have been in a much better position now.
That would have been my answer as well, I think. When I worked all my life. When I was a kid, I remember my dad saying to me, he used to say it always, you don't ever get into debt. If you don't have the money to buy something and you can't save for it, then you can't have it. Yeah. And he always taught with that. And then I got into debt, got into loads of debt, obviously with the wrong person pushing us, but I got into loads of debt. And I just, why did I not listen to his advice? Like, it's crazy, but I didn't. Obviously, I don't have debt now. I'm not rich, but I'm much more wealthy. And I don't think it's because I've got loads of money. It's because I don't have debt. So everything I've got's mine. Yeah. So it's massive.
Yeah, that is huge.
Yeah.
And also, when you talk about the subject of money, when you look after your health, although it might cost a little bit of money to hire a coach, eat a little bit better, change your routine, ultimately you save money because you don't make shitty choices from feeling bad. So you order less takeaways. Yeah. You don't order as much online to make yourself feel better, like retail therapy. I'm feeling a bit shit, I'll just go and spend a few £100. You actually make better decisions because you got more energy, you got more focus. You can say to yourself, right, well, that'll go there and I'll make this better, even though people just initially see the outlay of, like, for example, buying one of our programs. Yeah. And be like, oh, well, it costs, X £100, several £100 or whatever. But then they don't see what they actually could save in the long run. It's like Chris said to me last week, you're really expensive, Luke. Really expensive what you do. Chris has been with me nearly a year. And then he said, but actually, now I come training on he was half cut this time when he was speaking to us at the Christmas party. But he said, actually, because I come on a Saturday morning and train with you, I don't spend that £130 on drink on a Friday night. So actually, you've saved us over £500 a month just by coming on a Saturday morning. I'm like, so you've actually made back more than your investment every single month, just because of the routine you're in. So he says, initially I had a financial outlay, but ultimately I've actually gained more money back by not making the bad choices because I feel so good. And that's what a lot of people don't see.
Yeah,
right?
People don't see that, do they?
Yeah.
So when you imagine the next 10 years for us, what matters most to you? Not your goals, not your success, but the feel of life.
Say that again. I don't know if I quite understand the question.
If you imagine the next 10 years for us two as a
Right.
couple, what matters most to you? And I'm not talking about your goals or your success, but what matters most to you in our life, the two of us in our relationship for the next 10 years?
Obviously, the typical answer is happiness. I'm just not going to say
I
that.
know,
Right?
I don't
What
want
is
you to
that?
say
It's so
that.
vague. It's so vague. But as long as you're happy, look.
What's happy?
Progress is happiness.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's it. I think, always, no matter what, learning to manage your emotions better. So I think for both of us, learning to manage the emotions better, that is now progress is something that can be measured in so many different ways.
Yeah.
As you know, I track lots of numbers. Obviously, I don't want to make it just about the numbers. That's not that emotional. That's quite logical.
Yeah.
I mean, emotionally, I can't just say happy, right? Because happy is very vague. But if I say progressive, that could mean just getting better. Learning from what you're not doing, learning from what works, do more of it. But the understanding of emotions is actually thinking, well, have we handled this better than what we did last year?
Yeah.
Is there more to look forward to? Do we have exciting plans? Do we have we overcome challenges? Like, I think emotional resilience, emotional intelligence is another one, like being more smart and turned on.
Yeah.
Turned on's a good one.
Yeah.
And in tune with each other and as individuals as well. So I want to see you grow. I want to see you grow financially. I want to see you grow individually. I want to see you grow in strength, physical, emotional. I want to see you grow in hobbies and other things extracurricular that you want to do. Likewise, I want to grow that way together. I want to experience more travel with you. More meals. We love eating out. Obviously, we don't drink together, so eating is our thing.
Yeah.
More experiences in food.
And all of those things, yes, they create happiness, but all of those things, whether it be like financially in my work, together, like on dates, holidays or whatever, all of them things together create the happiness. It's not just about being happy, is it?
Well, happiness is a weird subject because what is happiness? It's different for everybody.
Well, yeah, but for me, excitement, having things to look forward to, but I don't mean just a holiday. Like, I look forward to progressing in my business. I look forward to going for a walk with you. Like all of them things are all what create the happiness.
Yes.
You can't just get the happiness without doing them things. It's like all of them little bits in the jigsaw put together is what creates the happiness. But then when we do something that makes us happy, we don't go, all right, now what?
Yeah.
Because we're continuously progressing.
Yeah. I think one thing that was described to me ages ago was be happy but never satisfied.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, find happiness in the little things like going for a walk.
Yeah.
But then next time it might be like, let's go for a walk but do a different route.
Yeah.
Let's go for a walk but do longer. Where can we go for a walk next week?
Yeah.
Then like, we have great sex. Then it's like, right, okay, let's do it again in a different area.
Yeah.
Let's do some different position or something. Like, that's out of the Kama Sutra from outer space sometimes. But it's always everyone searching for happiness.
Yeah.
But
if you stop searching for happiness, the happiness just comes alongside all them things.
Because when I'll be happy when you're happy, it will happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's always a search for happiness. But what is happiness? Most people just find happiness at the end of things.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes they don't find any joy in the doing or the starting.
Yeah.
And it's actually all of them things.
Yeah.
It's in the start, it's in the middle, it's at the end. It's even sometimes when you really cracked it, and this is successful people, they understand problems, setbacks and challenges, and they see failure as lessons. So even if it doesn't work out and you suck at it and it's crap, you're able to look back and go, well, that was a bit shit. However, you know what? I'm glad I did it because I learned this about myself.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like when people look at relationships that fuck them and they blame the person and they point the finger at the ex, and no matter what, they fucking despise and they carry this hate. And what's the old Buddhist saying? Hate is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, that's not progress. That's understanding actually that relationship, that situation taught me something. It helped me raise my standards.
Yeah.
And it showed me how not to live. This is the route to happiness as well. Understanding you had to go through misery, because the only reason you know happiness is because you fucking know sadness.
Yeah. And
you understand joy because you know sorrow. You understand abundance and feeling full of life and vibrancy because you know what it's like to have nothing on rock bottom.
Exactly.
So you have to have the opposite to understand
Exactly.
the positive, right?
Yeah.
One
I
more
agree.
question.
Final
question. Let's go.
What do you hope people really understand about you that they might not get from social media or from first impressions?
Ooh. I think I live pretty open on socials and emails and video and all the rest. I would probably just say that I am. The consistency matters more than the intensity. Like, just showing up, just being constantly moving forward in some way. Obviously, I don't share everything on my socials, but a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, like journaling constantly, cold therapy constantly, doing hard things constantly, writing 5 wins of the day down constantly, like developing an attitude of gratitude, all these little things that I don't necessarily show, like people understanding the power in the small things, that might not get talked about very much. The way that you live is the way that you lead.
Yes. So I would agree, because I would say that I think what I'd hope people really understand about me, and I think it's probably what I would say about you as well, is that we actually are real. Like, what you see, you know, we make mistakes and we'll admit it, whether that's on social media or not. We'll admit, you know what, like 10 years ago we coached differently. 10 years ago we would have said something different about that. We'll learn on the way. But that we are actually genuine, and that we ultimately care about people.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
That's the biggest.
Massive.
It's the biggest thing.
That is
like,
huge.
there's no ego in what we do. We actually ultimately care. My absolute goal is to help as many people as possible, and I know that that's yours too.
I would disagree that there's no ego. I think there's a positive ego in it.
Yeah,
like the positive ego in terms of I get a kick out of helping more people.
Absolutely.
The positive ego in living up to the standard, in being able to share the success. It's like, it's not egotistical.
No.
But it's the ego saying, well, I want to do better, and I want to show people how good I am at helping people, because it'll help someone else.
Yeah.
You know, like
definitely.
That's why we voted South Shields best gym. And I firmly believe if Carlsberg did communities, it would be our communities, because it's one of the best fitness communities in the world, because we put clients first.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely get a kick when someone gets a win.
Oh, absolutely.
Like when they've lost weight, or they've overcome their mental health challenges, or they've improved things about themselves.
I'm obviously the more emotional one out of work. And I don't know, I'm just an emotional person. I'm always saying, I shouldn't be so emotional, but I am. But I get emotional when my clients get great results. But I get emotional when your clients get great results. But I also get emotional when my clients don't get the results they want. Like that, it's like, it really hurts, because I want them to win.
Yeah, you do.
I want everyone to win, and it absolutely guts us when they don't.
But every coach has this problem, because you can only help people to the level that will be helped,
definitely.
and there has to be. We are coaches, and we are guides and mentors, and we help people to show them the roadmap. We tell them how to get there. We give them the coordinates.
Yeah.
We tell them exactly the strategy. We help them with the mindset. We get them in a good state. But ultimately, when we're not there and they're left to their own devices and they've got other people around them chatting shit, it's very difficult. Then they've got to take responsibility to say, well, my personal standards have to raise, and I have to do this and this. Even though nobody's over my shoulder right now doing it, I still choose what to put in my mouth. I still choose who I hang around, the spaces, the things I talk about, the things I listen to. There still is that personal responsibility, which some people struggle with. But I agree. I want everybody to thrive. Because the great thing is, when clients win, everyone wins.
Yeah, absolutely.
We win, they win, the family wins, the universe wins, if you want to get into that. Like, we should all, as coaches, mentors, just people, want everyone to win.
Absolutely.
Like, we should be unified. Like, the country will not go down that rabbit hole, even though I don't know enough about it to comment, but you see the comments on Facebook, you see the news posts and all this shit. the country's divided, UK is fucked, all that. I think that when everyone wins, everyone wins. We should all want everyone to win.
Absolutely.
Like, because if we win, they win. If they win, we win. Like, you know, in a world, we should be encouraging. Now, obviously, we can't go down the rabbit hole. We're never going to win that argument of the whole politics and all that. But if more people were like, let's encourage each other, let's do more to help and support each other for each other's goals, as long as they're not directly, you know, targeting someone else's downfall or demise, definitely. You know, then we should want to win. And we should encourage others to win at the same time.
Yep.
On that note, I have no idea how to sign this off. This is weird.
I'm going to say, Happy New Year to everyone, and I hope we have a great 2026.
Happy New Year!
But also, don't take your baggage from 2025 within 2026. Draw a line under it and use it to learn to be better in 2026.
A new year will never be a new you until the new you starts acting new.
Yeah.
You can't take the same old habits, the same old mindset, the same old shit into this new year.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, you can't, well, fortunately, I should say, you can't take the same old people with their old mindsets as well. Find a new community, find a new vibe, find a new place where you can
like
sow
Tracy's
your
Ladies
seed of
Fitness.
growth, or Total Supercharged Tribe. Yes, cheap plug there. One of the other. Hey, if you've really enjoyed this podcast with your partner, leave a little comment below, click the share button, send it to your friend. Check us out on social media: Luke John Harrison, Total Supercharged Tribe, Tracy Holmes, Tracy's Ladies Fitness. I hope you have an amazing new year, and we will see you all
in
on the next one
2026.
in 2026.